No, now I don't want to talk.
Oh.
What's up with it, my family? Finally, back at y'all with another Bleezy, man. I know y'all ain't seen us in a very long time. And listen, y'all probably tired of us saying that. I know y'all probably, all 30 of y'all that be coming through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably tired, but listen, we've actually had some personal, life-changing things that have happened in the last few weeks. And we pretty much want to share that with y'all today. You feel me? I think today, like, we're finally able to get to where we able to film and talk about it, you feel me, without like going through something, you feel me, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we pretty much just gonna get into it, you know, like I said, something personal we wanted to talk to y'all about, you know, something we've been going through. So
yeah, it really came as a big surprise. We weren't expecting anything like this, so it's like it just kind of hit us hard, which is why now we're finally able to like kind of just talk about it like and with a clear head and kind of know where we're going from here. But
yeah, so pretty much and nothing with me and Brooke, you know, as far as us, we're good, you know? But it does have to do with Trap Baby, and before I get into it, you know what I'm saying, he is here, he's over there chilling right now. But pretty much like a few weeks ago or whatever, we took him to the vet, you know, because he was losing weight, you know, kind of crazy. I know Trap always been a little thick boy,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, so he was losing weight and he wasn't eating that much. So we had checked his teeth one night, and you know what I'm saying, we looked in his mouth and we saw that some of his teeth looked a little, you know, like it was some buildup of some tartar, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying?
It smelled kind of nasty,
yeah,
so that's
like
why we were like, why
bad
does
breath,
his breath
fishy,
smell like that?
breath.
So that's why we were looking. We were thinking, okay, maybe his tooth is the problem. Maybe that's why he's not wanting to eat as much or something like that. So we figured we would just go ahead and make an appointment at the vet, and we went ahead and took him, and we were just letting him know, hey, we want to get his teeth checked out and that kind of stuff.
And just a regular little checkup. Like something we just thinking like, all right, you know, gotta get. He ain't been in a while. It's been like a few years since he went, you know what I'm saying, to the vet. And this was a whole new vet, you know, that we going to now. And anyway, so we do that. You know, we thinking, all right, let's take him to the vet. Maybe they gonna check his teeth, and maybe we need to get his teeth cleaned. You know, that's expensive as fuck if y'all didn't know. First off, but anyway, we was thinking, all right, maybe we gotta get his teeth cleaned or whatever. Well, we get there and they start looking at his teeth, and they're like, okay, I see this and that, you know. And then we told him about some other stuff he's been having going on and why he ain't been eating or that he hasn't been eating as much and just stuff like that. And anyway, so the vet come in, you know, we already there for like an hour before he even gets in there. And we just sitting there like, Trap, hopefully, you know, you get better. Hopefully they clean your mouth, you know, and you can get back right, eat better. Because he's still been acting like normal, you know what I'm saying? We ain't really noticed too much going on or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So he was pretty much acting normal, and other than his teeth, you know, and how his breath smelled. We was like, damn, that shit is a little off, and it started becoming real noticeable. So we like, man, maybe he got like some type of infection.
Yeah, we were thinking it had to be some type of infection with his teeth, and that would be the root cause of him not wanting to eat and everything.
You know, toothache, you ain't gonna want to.
You don't want to
eat
eat dog food that's, you know, like hard and everything.
And we put water with it, but still, I feel like you wouldn't want to eat that. Yeah, it's still hard or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we get him to the vet, we tell him what's going on, and the doctor's like, all right, you know, they got to do all their little tests. You know, he ain't been to the vet in some years, so they want to do a good bit of shit. Like, we end up having to do a urinalysis test. We end up having to do a blood panel, ultrasound. Well, we did the blood panel first, and they found out that
the vet was feeling around on him, and he said he felt something that was a little big in size. I think he said it was just a little big in size that was shouldn't be there. So he wanted to give it an ultrasound. And
see, you know, Trap ain't neuter, so we was thinking like maybe, you know, it's probably his prostate, which it was. First off, you know what I'm saying, it ended up being his prostate right there, but he's not neuter, you know what I'm saying. We was thinking like that's another thing we wanted to bring him and talk to them about, like possibly getting his teeth cleaned and possibly just going ahead and neuter him. Like you know, a little old man, he ain't trying to whatever, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, so he started feeling on him around in his little, this is Ghost, right? I don't know if y'all can see him or not. His big ass, but
his crazy ass.
Yeah, move. Go lay down, Trap. Go lay down. So he started feeling on him. Go away. Come on.
Go lay down.
In a minute. Come
Go.
on.
We not playing with
Go.
you right now.
Sit
Go lay
down.
down.
Sit. No.
No. No. No.
So anyway, he started feeling on him and man, go over there. Go
lay down.
Get over there. Damn.
What a handful.
Damn, he just don't listen.
Go lay down.
No, not right now.
We're not playing. I know it looks like we're playing.
Sit.
We're not playing.
Sit down.
Go.
So anyway, he started feeling on trap waist or whatever, feeling the little thing. He gonna come over anyway.
He gonna do it anyway. Just don't pay him any attention.
He too noticeable.
Just don't. Look, don't even look at him.
He noticeable as fuck.
But if you don't look at him,
yeah, that's true.
he won't.
So anyway, feeling on his body.
Ooh.
Yeah, she got to sound like a damn woman, like one of them books that women be reading.
Anyway, the vet was feeling around on Trap's body, and he said he felt something that was a little too large that he didn't like. So he figured he would do an ultrasound to check and see was the prostate.
The vet appointment, the urinalysis test, the blood panel, and then the ultrasound. So we go through all that, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much we find out that Trap's kidneys, like at first his prostate was huge, and then if you look a little bit around, you see like some little dark pockets in the ultrasound.
Yeah, he said it was like dark pockets of like fluid or something.
Yeah,
I think.
pretty much he had a kidney infection, you know what I'm saying, and we don't really understand how long, you know, we don't know how it happened or how long he been pretty much dealing with that, you know what I'm saying. So it's really a good thing we went in and got that ultrasound, you feel me? But anyway, so the doctor come in, he tells us to come back and shows us that shit, and then that's when they start doing all the tests or whatever to find, because there's infection around his kidneys. So he sent us back in the little room or whatever. He come back probably like 30 minutes later, and he's like, what did he say? He's like, it's his kidneys, blah blah blah, they're not functioning well. We start seeing his little graph or his little chart or whatever, and they got some high ass levels. So by that point, me and Brooke like, oh shit, like, because the way the doctor's saying it, he like damn, like,
because he was basically saying like there's no bacteria coming out when he's using the bathroom, right. So it's like his kidneys aren't flushing out the toxins.
Yeah, he been peeing kind of clear, and that's where the infection, I'm guessing, took place, so causing his kidneys not to function properly. So me and Brooke thinking like, damn, like, you know, we already, you know, of course we're trying to get information, but we already almost in like the worst mental
like I think I was already
like,
okay, so this is like pretty bad, because he's basically telling us like all we can do, or what like our options were. Basically we could go to some other place bigger where they will flush out his system
hours or for days. Yeah, keep him there for days. That was one of the options he said. Second option was they could keep him at the vet and flush him out at the vet, or not flush him out, but hydrate him.
At the vet
to help flush him out. And then the third option was just giving him fluids, which we end up just giving him fluids and bringing him home. That's why, you know, he here now. But this happened a few weeks ago so far. You know, we at this point now. But anyway, so hearing that, we was like, damn, like we was really sad. You feel me? Like,
I instantly started crying. I was like, so
there wasn't much. You know, once your kidneys fail, pretty much there ain't shit you can do almost. Some people have to go through dialysis or, you know, different, or even need a kidney transplant, you know what I'm saying? So that's how serious it is.
But he said basically all that would do is just help him feel better for the time that he has. It's not like it's like gonna. So
we thinking the worst, like we thinking like, damn, like what, we might have to put him down, you know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much an option as well. And we just, like I said, we ended up leaving that day. You know what I'm saying? We was pretty much just sad like the rest of the weeks. Like sad. We was so fucked up, y'all.
Like in my head, like, for that whole following like week, I really thought that was gonna be like our last week with him at that point.
Yeah, and
like,
we were supposed to film this video. This video was supposed to be a lot more sadder than this. You feel me? I should have said that at the beginning.
But it is still very sad.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be way more sad because we thought we was gonna be having our last day in video in week with Trap. And if y'all know, you know, Trap been here for a while, like what me and Brooke talked about. Look, making me sad now.
I know, I almost started crying.
But like what me and Brooke talked about, like Trap, he helped us grow up, you feel me? He been here been with us through a whole bunch
Since
of
the
shit.
beginning.
And, yeah, and a lot of y'all, even with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know when we got him, we pretty much were kids into adults. You feel me? That's how long we had Trap. So he been through a lot of shit with us. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how to go. He like our kid. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was just real sad, and we was just like, damn, like. So we really wasn't even gonna be able to film this video and talk about that shit after without getting sad. Cause for the next few, every time we talked about it, thought about it, we was probably just crying. You feel me?
Because we were just like, okay, so like, what could have happened? Could we have done something differently, or
what did we do, and
what could we have changed,
yeah.
or anything like that? And my biggest thing was like, I was thinking, is he okay? Like, is he comfortable? Like,
yeah, facts.
Is he even feeling all right?
Because he was definitely off. Before we took him to the vet, he was off. Like,
yeah, he just seemed kind of more tired more than anything,
right?
And just wasn't really eating as much. But that was like
the water.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't eating as much though.
But I want to say that was like about a month to like maybe two and a half months that he started like kind of showing signs where he was like eating and then not wanting to eat as much, and then he would go times where he would eat his food again, and then times where he would just not really want to eat as much.
And Trap always been picky anyway. Like,
yeah, he's always been picky with his food, so we're just thinking, okay, maybe he just doesn't want to eat as much of his food, or he just doesn't want this type of food anymore or anything like that. We weren't sure, so that's why we decided to finally take him to the vet.
Yeah. So anyway, so we hear all that, we get home, and we just start literally looking up every single thing that we can to figure out what we need to do. And this is probably like, we was researching shit for days, you feel me, till we started getting a little understanding that this is really almost like a normal thing that be happening, you know what I'm saying, to dogs. Apparently dogs be living, and like I said, at this point we thinking we got to put Trap to sleep. We of course didn't want him to be in any type of, like Brooke was saying, any type of pain or discomfort, because of course we're not gonna make him suffer through that, you know what I'm saying, to force him to live. And we pretty much was, I guess we never got a chance to ask the doctor that, because when we scheduled another appointment, we had all this information pretty much to ask and do, but we'll get to that. So pretty much we looking up and researching shit for like a week straight, you know, learning all these different things, pretty much how to cook his food. So we pretty much done changed his food, and we cook for him, and you know, the certain diet that a dog like that's going through that a dog like that, golly, cut your damn face. But yeah, a dog like that has those problems, like
what's best for him
what to do.
To help
so apparently
him.
they need like low protein and things like that. So it's just special diet, you feel me? So we've been doing that. We've been trying to keep him hydrated as much as possible. But now he has been eating, and we water his food down with some broth and different things like that. So that also helps too. And
he's also been taking some like antibiotics and stuff
like
that
that's
to be able to kill the bacteria that were in his kidneys. And we don't know if it's still there. We're eventually gonna retest it, but that's what he's been on, is like morning and night pills. And they gave us nausea medicine, even though he's not really been dealing with anything like that. But
yeah, he never threw up or stuff like that. He just was
picky about not wanting to eat as much, really.
So, and that could, that's why we thought it was his teeth, but that could have been him being nauseous too, you know. But anyway, now he eats like crazy. Now that we, chef him up, cook him a little good meal, he eat better than some people. I'm not even gonna lie.
Jordy takes out a whole 30 minutes just to start prepping everything.
Yeah. So anyway, he eat pretty good now. Like I said, we've been keeping him hydrated. We looked up a whole bunch of shit, things we could do to kind of pretty much support it, because it's no cure, of course. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cure for kidney disease or failure.
You can't reverse kidney failure.
Yeah,
basically.
But you can support it, and that's pretty much all we've been doing as much as we can. And we definitely in a lot better mental state, because apparently there's this thing called subcu fluids, and it's like this IV bag, and that's something else that we also been pretty much doing for him to kind of support and help flush out his body at home. You know what I'm saying?
So we literally have to do this whole process at home.
So we ended up taking him to the vet again, and it was like just a regular vet tech appointment, not the main thing, but just a little thing to get them to show us how to do the fluids at home. So what we do is we got to get a needle put it in his neck and squeeze it. We actually got a little bit of footage to show y'all what it does. It's like a big old titty.
It creates, so they call it a little camelback.
Yeah.
Just because they put it in the tissue that's right underneath the skin.
Yeah.
But it's not like in the muscle or anything like. It's just right underneath the skin, so that it's gonna slowly absorb into his body, basically.
But yeah, we got a little video to show y'all that we recorded or whatever. Trap. Look at that thing, boy. That boy got some booty meat on his
side.
Booty meat on your side, boy.
It's on one too.
Oh my God. Let me throw you a dollar bill or something. The way you shaking, boy.
It's so weird. You look so low-key.
It really does. Low key feel a little better than yours, bro. But anyway, so yeah, it's like a little hump on his little back, you know, and pretty much his body absorbs it. You know, you can see that it jiggles.
She said sometimes it might even like migrate down to the arm or whatever. It's just
look, it'll move to the bottom,
slowly absorbing over time.
So since all this has happened, that's pretty much what we've been doing. We actually got to give him some fluids, I think, tonight. But yeah, he has this IV bag. The only thing is, man, them bags is kind of expensive. It's like $40 for 2 days.
2 bags.
You know what I'm saying?
2 lines.
And he needs it almost every day, or pretty much every day. So that's a good bit of, that's a lot of money. And not to mention like for all the shit we done spent in
again, very unexpected. We were thinking when we took Trap it was gonna be something completely different than what it actually
Which we knew
ended up
teeth
being.
cleaning was expensive anyway. So either way, we knew it was gonna be a good grip.
It just wasn't what it turned out to be what we thought.
Yeah, with everything and the medicine and shit ended up being like $600. And then we ended up taking Ghost just to make sure he's straight, because we gonna make sure we stay on the tippity top of that shit. Like, but anyway, his little vet was our little appointment ended up being like a few $100s because he had to get his shots or whatever. He regular, you know, shit.
He's only a year and a half old, so
71 pounds right now.
71 pounds.
So, but anyway, we also had to go back. We've been in and out of that place so many times, y'all. Mondays consecutively.
Every Monday. Every week.
Yeah, but we other time we went, we had to buy a whole bunch of shit and pay for the little vet appointment. That was another few $100s. So we just been spending money on these dogs. But right now, you know, so far Trap is doing a little bit better. He maintained it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he definitely been eating more. We've been giving him little specialized treats. Brooke been cutting up watermelon to try to keep him hydrated. Been
feeding him sweet potatoes as like little treats, just different things.
Yeah, so we really been trying to just maintain. Like I said, now we in a much better space and more comfortable and can talk about it, you know, rather than before, because we was a little fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I know, it was really hard to talk about, honestly.
Yeah. But now we good. You know what I'm saying? Now we straight. You know, we gonna just try to let him ride out as long as he can. You know, now I guess it'll be a little bit different, you know, because we more so expecting it.
We're more prepared, I guess.
That's what it is. We're more prepared. Before, this shit would hit us out of nowhere, you know, but now we can kind of, you know, keep an eye on him. If he start acting a little weird, you know, we already know we gotta do what we gotta do. Because
Travis is about to be 8 this year.
Right.
But he's only about to be 8, so that's why it was really unexpected too.
So that's pretty much what we've been having going on. Of course, we're gonna keep y'all updated, you know what I'm saying, for all the ones that care, you know what I'm saying. Make sure y'all send one up for your boy.
For the 30
Trap baby
coming through.
Right, I know. I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna really listen. I got literally 3 videos to post, and that's the thing. We wanted to do this video before posting them videos, but it just sucks because those videos y'all about to see is like before all this shit. So it look like it's like this wasn't even it didn't even exist until, you know, after what we finished show you.
But literally with us going through this, it's just put everything else
on hold. So we just wanted to let y'all know that, give y'all an update. We finna get back regular real soon, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of shit planned. It's about to be summer. We actually going on a little cruise in like a month, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to vlog all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all pull up. Yeah, and then after that, a month left after that, we're going to Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of shit going on, so y'all stay tuned. But anyway, man, we like I said, wanted to update y'all. We appreciate y'all, and thank y'all, man, for
being here,
all the support. Like I said, send one up for Trap, and make sure y'all damn stay tuned. That's all I can really say.
Team Trap, baby boy.
Yeah, that's what we've been going through, y'all. So bear with us. We straight now. You know, it just took a little time.
But it was very hard.
Yeah, so.
Because again, that's we've had him since he was like 8 weeks old.
Yeah, let me show y'all him, by the way, before the video's over with, of course. He good. Look, he just over here chilling. Look at, yeah, Ghost over here, being Ghost.
God, look at him cuddling up with that pillow. Y'all look.
Trap, you straight? You good? Yeah, he's straight. But yeah, so damn, this is a long ass video. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next Bleezy then, man. Like I said, y'all be safe, man. Be easy, bon appetit, or whatever, all that shit. Yeah, be great, stay great. Drink your water.
Drink your water.
And yeah, H2O.